Somehow the teacher hasn't actually reminded us of any of this.
Yep, let's go.
Come on. Screen is where? Okay, but. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, God.
Yep, I'm connected.
It's like 40 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, I know what to say now. There's some
Oh, the
copy paste no jutsu.
Copy paste. Okay, go back to OBS and see if it's actually streaming.
Go.
Is it?
G-chat.
Hold on. Is it actually starting? Hasn't started yet.
Connect streaming software to go live.
Is it? Yeah, it's connected. Unless,
Yeah.
is it not?
Oh my god.
Can you restart? Oh, wait. Huh? Wait, is it live for you?
Yeah.
Huh? Wait, is it actually live? Can you restart? Wait. Oh, yeah, you're. Oh, alright. Wait.
Live.
Alright. I guess I'll just start everything off. If everyone would like to listen. Hello, everyone. This is Flowering AI, and I am joined by my group mates Isabel, Summer, James, and Dean. And I personally am Slush. Let's start things off by just saying hi to everyone for a little while. Hello.
Yo, what's up, guys? Sorry about the technical difficulties. We were having a bit of problems starting the stream, but now we are here. So
Anywho, let's start things off by first of all asking one little question to everybody. Is anyone perhaps familiar with how AI art happens to work?
yes, actually.
And let's see, how about everyone else in the chat? Let's see. Let's just wait for a little bit. Yeah. Well, personally, while everyone's more or less just having a bit of a think in the chat, let's see. Personally, how I think about AI art is that, well, yes, in our case, I would like to say that that AI art is very much a negative thing. It's not just negative. Of course, AI art has its place. It's just that it's often misused and also very much misunderstood. Because AI art is used as if it could just replace normal human art, which is obviously very bad, because that devalues the work of, many artists around the world. That's obviously not very good.
Yeah,
So,
and it also lacks uniqueness, right?
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. How about everyone else?
For me, some argue that AI generated art lacks originality and is simply a product of algorithms and data processing.
Let's see.
How about you?
So many people are affected by it.
Yes, especially the artists, like the human artists. Because there's like thing about copyright, but we'll get to that later. Mm,
Oh. Right. So again, while everyone's still having a think, let's discuss about, let's say. Right. So let's just discuss real quick about how AI art performs when it comes to digital art. So first of all, let's just talk about the visual quality. Um, AI generated artworks are assessed based on their visual appeal, realism, coherence, and
Yes.
aesthetic quality. Higher quality AI art often exhibits more sophisticated rendering, intricate details, and visually appealing compositions. And another is style transfer. Another common technique in AI art is style transfer, where the style of one image is applied to another image. This can create visually striking results by combining the content of one image with the artistic style of another. Say, for example, you took Leonardo da Vinci's whatchamacallit, art,
Mona Lisa.
and you decided to make it into something more similar to a retro anime, something like that.
Yes. There's what you call
And
this?
the last one to extend on that second part is artistic filters and effects. That is, many consumer facing apps and software tools use AI to apply artistic filters and effects to photos or videos in real time. These tools can simulate the look of different artistic styles or apply creative enhancements to images automatically.
Uh, when you say that, like, there's actually like, those art that you see when you thought it's like human made, it's actually AI.
Uh,
Yeah, because of the strokes, the shading, the lining, etc., etc.
Yeah,
At
and
first glance, you think it's human, but it's actually not.
Also, by the way, I'd just like to remind everybody in the chat that we're still not taking questions just yet. Please do keep those questions for later. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyway, though someone did actually raise a good question that we will get back to in a bit. Anywho, let's go now to the people affected by it and in what way they are affected. Because of course, well, hey, there are going to be people who are going to be affected by the fact that there are now, effectively just servers or computers that can now create art on their own. So, first of all, traditional artists. AI art can potentially impact traditional artists by changing the dynamics of the art market, altering perceptions of creativity, and creating new competition for attention and sales. For art collectors and buyers, the emergence of AI-generated art introduces new considerations for art collectors and buyers regarding authenticity, value, and the significance of human involvement in the creative process. And
Yeah.
and as well art institutions and galleries, as AI art challenges art institutions and galleries to adapt their practices, curatorial approaches, and exhibition strategies to incorporate AI generated artworks while upholding traditional standards of artistic merit and cultural significance. And for society as a whole, the broader public is affected by AI art through its influence on cultural norms, perceptions of technology, and the ways in which art reflects and shapes society's values and beliefs. Anywho, while one of our one of our hosts is having a moment, let's continue. Okay, so here's the thing. How is AI a threat, though? Because we've been going on because we've stated at the start of the stream that yes, AI art is a threat, but why so? Because well, that seems pretty useful.
I actually have some answer
So-
to that. As AI art becomes more relevant, it could lead to a decrease in demand for traditional art, causing traditional artists to lose income for the art they sell.
Ah.
Like, you know that?
So you're
No.
saying that because of AI art, art could be possibly mass produced and it devalues just art as a
Yes,
whole,
that's what I'm
essentially.
trying to say.
yeah, and
Ah,
it can also replace digital jobs such as photography, digital art, and graphic
okay.
design.
So yeah, it would very much likely, as been stated before, it could replace lots of jobs because it just automates the process. Okay. Excuse me. Now, anywho, let's actually get into the real nitty gritty because, well, we still have a couple things here. How is it a threat? First of all, it can replace digital jobs such as photography, digital art, graphics design, and Photoshop, as been said by James. And then also, as well, the evaluation of human creativity. Because, well, as AI generated art becomes more sophisticated and there's There's a concern that human-made art could be devalued or overshadowed by AI creations, potentially diminishing the perceived importance of human creativity and artistic expression. Of course, let me remind you that for now, at least, okay.
The way AI art impacts is it transforms the way art is created and challenges traditional notations of what constitutes art. Yeah.
Also, by the way, everybody in chat, I've noticed that someone has sent a message that's irrelevant to the topic of today. Please do leave anything that's irrelevant or not really, necessary for the stream for somewhere else, because we would like to keep the topic of this stream coherent and, straightforward for everyone else. Thank you.
Going back to the topic, and in terms of quality and originality, while AI can produce impressive artworks, of course there come its downsides. There's debate over whether AI generated art possesses the same depth and emotion and as well as originality as human made art. And also, some people argue that AI lacks the lived experience and emotional intelligence necessarily to create truly meaningful and original works of art. As mentioned earlier, uh, it lacks the uniqueness of human experiences and emotions, and also the perspectives that truly shapes a original piece of art.
Yeah, because AI can imitate something that's already been created and re, like what you call this re reform that in another format or another look, which make it not really original because you're just changing things in the original artwork.
Yeah. The lucky thing about AI art for now is that because of the way that generative AI works, it can never really make something that doesn't actually exist yet. Like, of course, it can say, for example, like draw, I don't know, a woman riding a tiger in like the style of a retro anime. Like, it can do that. But if you want to make it draw something that doesn't exist yet, you have to specify what you actually want, what style you want, what kind of like things you want to wear, etc., etc. It can't just make something that doesn't quite exist yet, like a character that doesn't exist or a world that hasn't been made yet. So there are limits to AI art, but those limits aren't really, well, a lot. So yeah, anywho, going on about going on with the top with the whole thing. There's also the problem of copyright and ownership because, well, as you know, since obviously it's taking from since generative AI is taking from some kind of database, there's a non-zero chance that at least some of that data is under copyright protection. That is, there's an actual artist making money off of that, that's actually monetizing that art, and would much rather it not being stolen or at least taken without permission. So, yeah. And going on about that, determining copyright ownership and intellectual property rights for AI generated artworks can be complex. Questions arise regarding who owns the rights to AI generated art and whether AI can infringe upon existing copyrights. And while work is being done to actually reduce this problem, if not entirely negate it,
Yes.
it's still somewhat of a problem. Say, for example, if you try to use one of the older versions of Stable Diffusion or something on Hugging Face, two particular websites that happen to be kind of on the chopping block at the moment in terms of AI and such. There's also the problem of ethical considerations, as AI art raises ethical questions about authorship, authenticity, and cultural appropriation. For instance, should AI generated art be attributed to the programmer, the AI system, or both? How should AI be used to create art without exploiting cultural heritage or perpetuating biases? Because obviously, as you know, since again it's taking from like some kind of source, some kind of database or whatever, that's obviously taking from humans. Well, humans can be a bit flawed, or at the least have some, let's just call it questionable beliefs. and so that can seep into the AI as well. And without proper censorship, or at the least a bit of managing, that could result in the AI creating, well, mildly disturbing artworks, to say the least, and very much social politically polarizing artworks, which I don't think I need to say why that's bad. Anywho,
There's a question on the chat box.
oh yes, what
It
maybe?
says,
So it can so it can lead to good counterclaims. So it can lead to good thinking, but not the same as creativity in art itself. Yes, yes, person in the chat that actually. So it can lead to good thinking, but not the same as creating the art itself. Yeah, because here's the thing: when you try to create AI art, and this is from
Yeah.
personal experience, mind you, you have to basically tell a bunch of like different like descriptor words and whatever
Yes.
to the AI art to generate to generate the result that you want. Say for example, let's say you want to make let's say you want the AI to create what let's say a woman with light skin who happens to have a red jacket and also red hair and blue eyes. I don't know why exactly you'd want that in particular, but oh well. Let's
That's
just
just
use
an
it as an
example.
example.
Yeah.
Yes. So you'd say, for example, one girl, red hair, light skin, blue eyes, red jacket, and so on and so forth. And if the AI creates something that you don't exactly want, you can just refine it, giving it also negative prompts, which are things that you don't want the AI to make, don't want the AI to create. Say, for example, disorient, what you call it, malformed hands, or just general bad anatomy, so you can create better results. And the thing is with that, is that well, that's entirely different from creating, say like art itself, like say for example with an art program, or with just like a simple pen and paper or something like that. Because when you're using a simple pen and paper, and when you're responsible for drawing everything onto a canvas, the thinking is entirely different because you get to control every single little part of it, from how the lighting looks to, say for example, the stroke of your, the width, the width of the stroke of your line, etc., etc. So there are two entirely different things, and one of them is being confused with the other, and that's the problem. Because let's be honest, I don't think it's nearly as hard to just generate a good prompt. I don't think it's as hard to create whatchamacallit. Um okay, let me just put this in a better manner. It's a lot easier to create AI art than it is to create actual art, like normally.
so like that's why other people are tend to use it.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, because it's admittedly really easy. In fact, if you already know how to do it, you can make loads. You can make batches of AI art. And if you have an especially good computer, or you happen to be running a server, you could be making entire galleries of art just out of thin air. Maybe even in less than a day. Okay, well, maybe not less than a day, but I think you get the point that AI art is mass producible, and, well, human art isn't. It very much isn't.
However, there is a common theme among artists complaints about AI art generators is that they're unhappy about their work being used without their permission, leading to like copyright claims.
That's
where yeah.
copyright falls.
That's true. Yeah. We've already discussed that, but still, good point. Also, let me see. I saw something in the chat. Isn't this about AI in general or just AI art? No, this is about AI art in particular. AI in general was a bit too broad of a topic,
Yes.
so we went for AI art in particular.
Like we
instead.
want to make a topic that is simplified
We-
and not too broad.
Let's just
Or
let me
something
put
like
it
that.
This. Let me
And
put it
also
like
this topic hasn't been like fully open to the public, right?
Yes.
Yes, this is still quite a new thing. So,
I mean,
you know,
a lot of people have discussed this topic. However,
it is
it's
still relatively new.
Yes.
Yeah,
and,
they
you
don't
know,
pay like fully attention to it. It's
Yeah.
Yes.
often misregarded.
Yeah, and also there are plenty of misconceptions about AI art that, well, honestly,
Agree.
Yeah, because let me just say this real quick, just as a reminder to everyone on the street. while AI art is a threat, it's also not bad either. You, like people shouldn't be attacking, say, these companies or whatever for creating AI art. That's no, please don't. That's not the message we're trying to send here. It's just that when AI art is misused, it can devalue human creativity and
Yes.
also be generally bad for human
Yeah,
artists.
and then again, there's its downside and bright sides.
Yeah, exactly. And also
Like-
as well as an artist myself, I actually use AI art to speed up the
Mm.
process. It's a good tool, but it's not meant to replace humans. And that's the problem with it because many people think that.
It's all about it's all about how the person used the thing. Yes, instead of the thing goes itself or something like that.
Anywho, let's move on to the next slide of the presentation, shall we? Anywho, I'd just like to say to everyone in the chat, thank you so much for listening. And this is the
Let's
part where-
go Q&A time.
Yes, sir. So
Drop your questions, everyone. We're gonna try answer it as long as we can.
How about Dean? Do you have a question?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you've been quiet.
I don't.
No, you have a question.
No. Alright, well, everyone, it's time for you to ask your questions.
What if
So,
I have a question?
Is
it
you don't
alright?
get rights. Only chat gets rights.
For real, for real.
Alright.
No, okay.
My bad.
Well, hey, it's time for the chat to, have,
Anyone have questions?
yeah. We'll be,
Calling once, calling twice.
We'll be waiting.
Tries.
No worry, we can wait here for a little bit, but just,
Let's
we
just give them time
Yes.
to like construct.
Don't rush
things.
yourself, guys. Construct your thoughts and then
hold on. Wait,
Oh, there's a question here.
Whoa, okay. Someone asked,
Oh.
how would AI art affect the NSFW style?
Oh, non-safe
Oh,
for work.
Explain first what is NSF.
Okay,
Okay, so
NSFW is non-safe for work.
Okay, you explain it.
okay, here's the thing.
Okay.
The idea of NSFW art is a bit out of scope for this
What's the
stream
question?
because
Patingin?
well,
How?
it's a bit, how do I say this? NSFW is a bit taboo, and we would like to keep this stream at least
Okay.
somewhat whatchamacallit, somewhat easy to digest. So we don't really
Ano?
want to get
Art.
into NSFW art. However, here's the thing though. While NSFW art is a bit touchy, I'll just say this. For NSFW art, admittedly, actually, here's the thing. In some generative AI art software, like for example Stable Diffusion and whatnot, NSFW art is actually being actively removed from databases so that the AI doesn't create NSFW art. There are some that can create NSFW art. However, not only do you have to do it not only do you have to set up everything manually, but then you also have to set up a server and everything. So if you want to create NSFW art using AI, it is possible, but it's a lot of work. So unless you, for some reason, are really into that, then, I mean, honestly, I just commission an NSFW artist if I were you. It's a lot cheaper and, you won't get weird hands, so, yeah.
I think James has something to say.
Go on, Jay.
About the question, there are like privacy concerns to create non-safe for work art. AI algorithms need to analyze and process personal data such as photos, images, and videos. This raises concerns about privacy and the potential for this data to be misused or shared without the user's consent.
Yeah. Say for example, let's say there's an NSFW artist on Twitter, very common, I know. But
Yes.
say for example there's an NSFW artist and that NSFW artist's art happens to be like in the data set of some generative AI. If what that AI produces happens to be very close to whatever the actual human artist produces, then technically it's actually an infringement
Baka may
of
question check mo.
it's actually an infringement of the the original NSFW artist because of the fact that it's using the AI is using the work without the permission. And unless the programmer of that AI happened to ask for explicit permission from the artist, then well, the artist has all the right to well take down the AI.
Yes.
And the problem, and also as well with having large databases, there could be the potential for hundreds of protected works getting into the database, which means that hundreds of angry artists are going to be wondering why some AI is ripping off their own art, which is obviously very not good. Anywho, that's enough NSFW for now. Keep things a little bit more family friendly, just because. Well, we could go on about NSFW, but let's just keep this a little more professional. Ah, and the legal issues with NSFW AIR. Oh yeah.
Oh
Now that I
God.
think about it, I guess there is as well. Say for example, uh, well, actually, now that I think about it, we could get into the legality of NSFW art, but I think that's out of the scope of this. So let's just let James continue.
Mm-mm. Once again, this is about AI art topic. Please about non-safe for work kind of stuff. Please refrain, guys. Anyway, if you guys have more questions, please drop them in the chat box. Oh, there's another question. Is using AI art for things such as advertisements illegal? Hold up,
For
hold up.
me, I don't think so. No, I don't think it's.
I don't think, yeah. A lot of us haven't actually done that much research on, say, for example, AI art in advertising, though that is actually a very interesting topic. Because, okay, let me give my 2 cents about, whatchamacallit, AI art in advertising. Of course, this is not gonna have any, research backing this up, so you're gonna have to take this with you're gonna have to take this with a grain of salt. Oh, okay, here's the thing. AI art, okay, AI art for advertising. Honestly, I think it would be perfectly fine. So long as that AI art isn't infringing on someone else's work by copying them in some way, then I think it's perfectly fine. If some advertising firm wanted to use AI art for whatever they needed, especially if that advertising firm is specifically from a generative AI company or whatever, then I think it's perfectly okay.
What
How about
be-
you, Summer? You seem
But
to have something.
adding to that, then again, I think it's essential for advertisers to consult first with the legal experts and adhere to applicable laws and ethical guidelines.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That actually is about right. Doesn't
How
that-
about you, Dim? Do you have something to add?
Yeah.
Agree to that?
For me, no, it's illegal for some things to use for AI arts. Because copywriting. What was that? No. Basta no.
No, some of us are a little iffy on it, so sorry for the inconclusive answer. But, oh well. We try.
Try.
Anywho, is that all the questions that all of you have, or are there perhaps more? We'll probably only be able to entertain a couple more questions before we have to end the stream, though. So please make it quick. Thank you. What would be an argument most would make to protect AI art? I think the most common defense for AI art. I think the most common defense for AI art is, well, let me actually think about that for a moment because I haven't. Because honestly, unilaterally, with all the people that I've met, I don't think I've met a single person that actually defends AI art. Even like whether they're into art or not, most of them just don't like AI art, which is kind of
But for some people, AI art is nice because
Yeah.
it's convenient and
it's
it could
convenient,
help, like,
speeds up the
for-
process, and
Yeah.
sometimes you don't really want to make art, even if you're an artist, for example. I mean, come on, but like as an artist, you're not always up and at 'em to make art. That's not how that works. So, say for example, you need a background or something. Well, you can just tell the AI, "Hey, I want a fantasy background that has a nice little building and a windmill or something," and boom, and
True.
boom. The AI would create that for you, and then you can just slap it behind your character, and boom, you have a finished product,
Mm.
which is
Yes.
really
Just
convenient.
like what James said, it could be convenient and
Yeah.
it has advantages, but if you misuse it, it could lead to
Yeah, it
Yes.
could lead to like
Consequences.
it could lead to ethical, if
It-
not almost legal complications.
It's about
That's-
how a person use it
Yeah.
and not the thing, just letting the thing
like
just
for-
go.
It's like this. It's like this. A hammer is a great tool, but I wouldn't use a hammer to eat my cereal with. That is to say, AI art is great, but I probably wouldn't want to use it if I want to, get DMCA'd out of existence either.
So
That's-
it's like when you're asked a question, what came first, the egg or the chicken, and someone said the omelette
Oh,
came
yeah.
first.
Yeah, we did actually answer Hild's question, which is, what would be in our argument most would make to protect AI art. I think.
Yeah.
Okay, to summarize, sorry for the whatchamacallit, disorganized nature of our stream, since all of this is being improvised over time. So, yeah. But for the answer of, what would be the most common argument to protect AI art? I think the most common would be that, well, yeah. Again, as we've said, it's convenient. It's a very powerful tool if you know how to use it, right? And it's just generally helpful if you just treat it as it is, a tool. And well, as long as you're not doing anything legally questionable, then yeah, it's perfectly serviceable. And I think a lot of people can agree that yeah, especially those who happen to use AI art a lot can agree that yeah, AI art is convenient. And if you're not exactly good at art but you want to make some art, then yeah, AI art is also really helpful in that regard. So yeah, that's, I'm guessing, what would probably be the most common defense for it.
In many cases, AI is seen as a tool. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
It is just a set of techniques and methodologies that can be applied to various tasks to enhance or automate processes.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
in
like
this case, AI art automates the process of making art for those who would like that sort of thing. Again,
yeah, and
AI
it could
art,
also be a guide for people who don't know how to do art itself.
that too. Say, for example, you wanted to get a reference for how a character would look in a certain position, AI art can help in that too. Though that is the one problem with AI art as well, is that since databases are obviously limited, there are only so many references that an AI can go off of. So if something is too complex, say for example, a character's in a really weird pose, and they're at a really weird angle, then good luck trying to generate that using AI art. That's why, honestly, if you say, for example, I'm just like gonna go on a slight little tangent, if everyone doesn't mind. It, like, say for example, if you wanted to make like a really complicated kind of like piece of art, like with like wild angles and wild poses and colors and whatever, then yeah, I don't think AI is gonna be making that anytime soon. So for now, if you want to do something really complicated or really interesting, then yeah, you still have to get a human to do it. But if you want something a bit simple, like just any old anime girl, then yeah, it can do that just fine. Anywho, yeah. Seeing as there are not really any more questions anymore, I think we can end off the stream here. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy. If you liked if you like this, if you like this stream, then please do subscribe and please do like this stream after after this is all done. And, yeah.
Also, we would like to apologize for the delayed schedule because of the technical difficulties, and we're so sorry, guys.
Also,
Thank
just
Hope you
again for
understand.
tuning in.
Also, okay. I know we're already about to end the stream, but someone just said one last question. I'll just answer this before we end the stream. For you guys, what do you prefer, AI or traditional? Oh, okay. I prefer traditional.
Same.
I also prefer traditional because it
See,
expresses more emotions and originality.
It has more emotion and originality.
How about you, Dean? Answer us.
And
Same for
Why?
because traditional is more it has a meaningful.
It's different.
Yeah.
It just hits different.
How about we ask our viewer? What does she prefer?
Oh yeah, actually yeah. What do all
What
of you
about you
prefer?
guys?
AI or
because traditional sorry, I keep biting my
It's
tongue.
okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's because traditional art is real. Whatever the artists feel or imagine in their minds, they will project that in real life and physical form.
Uh-huh.
So it can be touched and felt.
Uh-huh.
You can
Yeah.
also experience its height, width, size, color, etc., etc. Moreover, it is like
yeah.
one kind piece. It cannot be copied or duplicated
Yeah.
as the original form.
Okay. Also as well.
I do believe that whatever you do, it affects. Whatever you feel, it affects what you do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, from Hale, yeah, said they learned a lot. Thank you. And also they said they prefer whatever is cool and most of the time traditional. Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
Fair
No
argument.
one beats the original, right?
Yeah. Though sometimes AI art can be cool. I've seen very cool.
Just like in life, be original. Don't be a
Yeah.
copy.
Have some originality, right?
Yes.
unless yeah, unless if you're working for someone else, then who cares if you're copying? Anyway, sorry. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Apologies for again the delay. We had
Yeah,
some
technical
complications.
difficulties.
But hey, we got through it, and we're all good here, right? So thank you, everyone.
Thanks for watching.
This
Bye.
This this has been Flowering AI, and we will see you
Bye.
next.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in.
time.